From an early age, Shota Akizuki grew up listening to stories of the Warring States period, told by his father, Kenichiro Akizuki. His father was a brave samurai, who had fought on many battlefields and was universally recognized for his swordsmanship. However, when Shota was 16 years old, his father suddenly died on the battlefield. His death was shrouded in mystery, and rumors spread in the village that it was a ploy by the Takeuchi family. Time passed, and Shota became 22 years old. He is determined to restore his family's honor and find out the truth behind his father's death. To protect his mother and younger sister, Chizuru, he decides to pursue a career in swordsmanship. He visits his father's old friend, Tsuyoshi Takeuchi, and begins a rigorous training regimen. Chapter 1 Family Ties, 1-to-1 Childhood Recollections. Shota Akizuki grew up listening to stories of the Warring States period, told by his father, Kenichiro Akizuki. His father was a brave samurai, who had fought on many battlefields and was universally recognized for his swordsmanship. On a clear autumn night, in front of a warm hearth, Kenichiro told Shota and his younger sister, Chizuru, tales of his own adventures. Shota, Chizuru, you have the blood of Akizuki in your veins. You have the blood of Akizuki in you, Shota and Chizuru, and one day you will have to protect this family. Live with that in mind. His father's words were powerful and proud. Shota took those words to heart, and dreamed of becoming a samurai like his father. His mother, Chio, smiled gently as she offered her children hot tea. This peaceful scene was the most precious time for Shota. 1-2 Father's death and determination. One day, when he was 16 years old, news of war reached the village. Kenichiro Akizuki had lost his life in a battle with the Takeuchi family. Shota fell to his knees on the spot, tears streaming down his cheeks. Seeing the grief-filled faces of his mother and sister, his chest tightened. My father, how could he? Chizuru broke down in tears, and Chio's eyes were also red. Shota made up his mind and vowed to restore the family's honor. I will clear my father's name. I will protect this family. Shota's determination was firm and a new fire was lit in his heart. That night, he took his father's sword in his hand and made a vow. 1-3 Departure to Takeuchi Tsuyoshi's dojo. A few weeks later, Shota made up his mind to leave home and head for Tsuyoshi Takeuchi's dojo. Takeuchi Tsuyoshi was an old friend of his father's and an excellent swordsman. He said goodbye to his mother and sister, who saw him off on the outskirts of the village. Chizuru said tearfully, Shota, don't take it too hard. Don't worry, I'll be back. And I will return with the strength to protect my family. His mother, Chio, looked worried, but sensing her son's determination, nodded quietly. With his family's hopes high, Shota began walking down the road to the dojo. Along the way, Shota's mind was renewed as he was exposed to the beauty of nature. The green of the mountains, the clear flow of the river, and the chirping of the birds soothed him. He said, Dad, watch over me. I will be strong. Thus began Shota's new journey. His eyes lit up with determination, and his heart was filled with pride and love for his family. Knowing that the days of rigorous training at the dojo awaited him, Shota moved forward strongly, step by step. This was the beginning of Shota Akizuki's adventure. Chapter 2 Training as a Swordsman. 2-1 A severe training day. Shota Akizuki arrives at Tsuyoshi Takeuchi's dojo and asks to become his apprentice. Takeuchi recognized Shota's determination to continue Kenichiro's legacy and accepted him as his apprentice. The dojo was located halfway up a mountain, surrounded by a dense forest. On the morning of the first day, Tsuyoshi Takeuchi called Shota to the dojo garden. In the morning mist, Takeuchi looked at Shota with a stern expression. Shota, here you are not allowed to be lenient. You must be prepared and put in the right amount of effort to achieve the power you seek. Shota nodded with a serious expression, and so began the days of Shota's rigorous training under the guidance of Tsuyoshi Takeuchi. Every morning, he woke up at sunrise and did 1,000 repetitions of basic swinging in the garden. Takeuchi Tsuyoshi never allowed any compromise and made Shota do it again and again, until he was able to maintain the correct movements. Shota's palms soon became covered in blood, but he continued, never intimidated. Training in the mountains at noon, training took place in the mountains. Carrying heavy shinai bamboo swords, they practiced. Running up steep mountain paths and striking against trees. In the mountains, they trained not only their physical strength, but also their mental strength. Night meditation at night, Shota meditated quietly in a corner of the dojo. Tsuyoshi Takeuchi explained the importance of meditation to calm the mind and find inner strength. Despite his exhaustion, Shota never missed his meditation and tried to maintain a balance between body and mind. 2-2 encountering fellow students. There were several other students at Takeuchi Tsuyoshi's dojo. Each of them came from a different background and studied swordsmanship for a different purpose. Ryoma Kutagira, age 25 years old. Background: once a vassal of a feudal lord. He came to the dojo after his lord was killed. He is a skilled swordsman and is like an older brother to Shota. Personality: he is a dynamic and caring person, but sometimes shows a stern side. Michiko Murakami, age 20 years old. Background: a woman who lost her family in battle and decided to learn swordsmanship to take revenge. Like Shota, she has a strong determination. Personality: quiet and calm, but with a strong fighting spirit inside. Genji Takagi, age 18 years old. Background: from a poor farming village. He hopes to protect his family by learning swordsmanship. He is still inexperienced but is willing to work hard. Personality: he is cheerful, positive, and a mood maker who encourages his friends. As Shota continued his training with them, they gradually developed a bond as friends. They encouraged each other and grew through friendly competition. 2-3 A trial from the master. One day, Tsuyoshi Takeuchi decided to give his students a special ordeal. It was survival training in the mountains. Takeuchi took his students to the mountain and left them alone with only the bare minimum of food and water. He told them, survive here for 3 days and return safely to the dojo. This is your test. The disciples worked together, but struggled to survive on their own. Shota guided his companions with his natural calmness and tact. They spent 3 days sharing food, searching for water sources, and protecting themselves from dangerous wildlife. When they returned to the dojo, Takeuchi Tsuyoshi looked at his students with satisfaction. You did well. You have certainly become stronger. But this is not the end. The real battle is yet to come. Through this ordeal, Shota had further strengthened his bonds with his friends and acquired the power to transcend his own limitations. He vowed to train even harder to regain his family's honor.